the big one.
Oh, boy, who is that still?
Sauter. It was Johnny Sauter.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. I hope you are all having a great night so far. In just a moment, we are going to get started with the 2020 running of the simulated race of the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond International Raceway. We are going to get started with that in just a sec. Got to give huge shout outs to all our supporters first. All those very generous guys and gals that help make these videos and streams possible. First and foremost, on the Patreon, thanks so much to Adria Fitzy, Jay Barker, Drive Through Kingster Cole, Tangawolf09, Bloxysaurus Rex, and Tom Davin. In addition to those generous guys and gals, gotta give a big shout out to our YouTube members, which I will never be able to remember off the top of my head, so we gotta go over to the page that has the list. Where are y'all at? Here we go. Tangawolf09, Alan Barkley, Alpha Diamond, Spider-Man Fan 02, Bloxysaurus Rex, and Kingster Cole. Got lots of guys doing double duty on there, and I truly, truly appreciate it. And for that, I am eternally grateful. And now that I am done rambling and getting all mushy and gushy, let's go and get started with the reason you guys are all here. The 2020 running of the NASCAR. What am I calling these? They were the Sunday simulation series, but it's not Sunday. We're doing this on night. But I digress. Alright, so here we're gonna go on board with the pace car. Where's the TV one? Alright, so starting on the front row is going to be Kevin Harvick in the number 4 car. Then we got, man, it's been a while since these races. I can't remember. It's Chris Buescher in the 17, right? And then we got Clint Boyer in the 14, Denny Hamlin in the 11. Then we got Matt DiBenedetto in the 21. And replacing Kyle Larson is officially Ross Chastain. And then we got Alex Bowman in the 88. Eric Jones in the 20. Oops. Then we got Kurt Busch, the number 1 car, and Brad Keselowski in the outside of the 5th row rounds out the top 10, excuse me. And we are about to get started. I turned Kevin Harvick's ratings down a little bit, so he isn't quite as OP'd as he's been these last few weeks. So hopefully we'll have a different winner than Harvick, but for now it's looking good for him as he's starting on the inside row. In the front row, I can't even talk right now, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've been doing daily streams. I've been rusty with these things recently. Alright, as we round turn 4, the pace car will roll into the pits, and we are about to go green. Green flag is out at Richmond International Raceway. Kevin Harvick gets an early lead, being followed by his teammate Clint Boyer in the 14. Kevin Harvick rounds around turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, he's able to clear. And here we have Clint Boyer threatening Buescher for 2nd place. It's probably going to be inside line all day. But right now we got Buescher fighting back on the outside line. This is a 400 lap race. 400 laps. I don't know how many miles that is. I think it's 300 miles because it's about 3/8 of a quarter mile. 3/8 of a quarter. Jeez. Did I have a stroke? What the heck is going on? Whoa. Alright. So we got Ross Chastain back there in 6th place in the number 42 car. Kevin Harvick off to a dominating lead so far. Looking to pick up right where he left off these last few weeks. He hasn't won every single race, but he's done very well each one of them. Let's go on board with Kevin Harvick as the outside pole sitter. Chris Buescher got clear. Clint Boyer and is starting to track him down little by little. 3/8 of a quarter mile. Someone clip that. Let's go back on board with Chris Buescher as he follows behind our pole sitter Kevin Harvick. And he's keeping up with him. Harvick ain't pulling away. Harvick was pulling away while Boyer and Buescher were side by side, but now Buescher's closing back in on him ever so slightly. The thought of driving 400 laps is scary. Yeah. Apparently for an upcoming iRacing race I'm doing, we're driving at Richmond, and yeah, I can't go for more than a few laps without wrecking. Let's go back to TV1. Actually, let's do TV2 as we watch this battle for the lead. It's kind of a two-car breakaway right now. Sorry, I got my neighbor vacuuming upstairs. I don't know if you can hear that. We got Denny Hamlin lurking back there in 3rd, but he is pretty far back. Sorry, I'm just muting my mic when I clear my throat. That's what that clicking is. Got Chris Buescher looking to the inside. He's not there. Kevin Harvick still with the advantage. 400 laps, no sweat. By the way, thanks so much everyone for tuning in. Who am you? VCM, the guy, Random KTM Fanboy, Howard, Dominic, Joseph, Jenski, Austin. How are you all doing today? So Buescher's right there. He's gonna possibly be looking to the inside. Not quite yet. As we get ready to start lap 10. Already lap 10. So Buescher and Harvick still just nose to tail. But Denny Hamlin is getting ever closer back there in the 11 car. Let's see who's in last right now. We got kind of 3 slower cars. It's Timmy Hill, Quinn Hoof. Yes, I know that's not how you say his name. That's just how I'll always pronounce it. And Joey Gay is kind of 3 slower cars. No one's super off the pace. I did remove Garrett Smithley and JJ Yaley just because they were like really slow in these races. So I decided to nick them just to get them off the roster. Ixnay. And Harvick's still able to fend off Chris Buescher. It looks like Buescher might be the faster car, but he's unable to get a run. And while he's kind of getting slowed down by Harvick, you got Hamlin. Truex, Austin Nelson is... Oh! Austin Dillon's already out for an engine problem. Truex is in... Where is he? Apparently Truex couldn't make this race. He is not on the roster. I am sorry. Whoops. Do I restart the race and add Truex in? Yeah. Yeah, this is a... Sorry, Truex fans, didn't mean that. I have no idea why he's not on the roster. 2020 Richmond. See, Ross Chastain in 42. Alright. I don't want to do this. Just so we have better racing, I'm removing the slower cars. What was it? Joey Gase. Timmy Hill. What was the third one that was kind of off the pace? Quinn. Alright, let's add... Oh, shoot. I missed Truex. I didn't even see the 19. I'm so stupid. Well, I just got rid of the slower cars. So hopefully the racing will be better. I am sorry. Can't see the screen on mobile on Twitch. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, so different running order. Different starting order. No, not drive. Alright, we're retired from the race. Alright, we still have Harvick on the inside line, but we don't have Buescher in the outside line. Alright, here's your running order. Sorry, Jackson, I'm sorry. Alright, we still have Harvick in front, and Hamlin's near the front. So is Bowyer, so it's similar to the starting of the last time. I, for some reason, did not see the 19. I was looking through the... There he is. He's towards the bottom. He's second to last. Is Truex. Alright, take two. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm only removing the slow drivers because I want to... I don't... It's the AI I don't trust. It's... I trust slow drivers. I don't trust the NR AI. The NR AI don't get out of the way. Slow drivers in real life can get out of the way. Alright, take two. We're only like 5 or 10 minutes into that race, so no harm, no foul. So same start as last time. With the exception of Buescher being back in 5th instead of 2nd. Hamlin's near the front. Bowyer's near the front. Harvick is out front. We're good. Shush, Adam. Actually, no, you're right. That was a pretty clown move on my part. Alright, so Truex is back in the race after making sure our eyes actually worked. Alright, 2 laps complete. Harvick's still out front. And thanks, by the way, to Alan Barkley for sending the super chat before the stream even started. I thanked you in the chat. I forgot to thank you once we went live. So I truly appreciate that, bud. For the $1.99 super chat. I don't know if it's approved yet, but I do have a new emote on the way for all my YouTube members. Who do I think will win or want to win? I'm going for Bowyer. I'm going for Bowyer there in the 14 car. Alright, now let's see who's in the back. Alright, no one's really off the pace. Perfect. Perfect. What's up, 5395? Cowboy Funk. Aiden, Grey Duck, Hurricane. Sam. Glad to have you all here. Harvick kind of trying that low line going into the turn. That's going to give Hamlin a good run, kind of in corner exit. Theoretically, it should. But he didn't really lose too much ground there. That was a weird corner entry to see Harvick try. Alright, so we got a little 4-car breakaway for the lead. Looks like freaking Fall Talladega in 2018. Trucks failed inspection just like real life, yeah. Sounds about right. Alright, so Kevin Harvick still leading. Followed by Denny Hamlin. Joey Logano and Clint Bowyer. Harvick with a little bit of a good run out of corner exit there. Drafting isn't too much of a factor here at Richmond at a track this short. Yeah, I need to unlock more emote slots on Twitch before I can post more on there, but I can post up to 6 on YouTube. I just posted my 4th today. I got a 5th one in the works. I'm trying to get those emotes made. Yeah, this season has been weird. Can say that again. On board with Denny, Green Eggs, and Hamlin as he looks to try to close down the closer, Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick not really pulling away. Is still just about a car length or 2 advantage. Let's go on board with our pole sitter leader. And yeah, in case anyone's wondering, the 42 in this race is being driven by Ross Chastain. Ryan Newman is back in the 6, and Ross has been elevated to the 42 car. So breaking news in the silly session world. Man, look at this 4-car breakaway. 2 of them mean Stewart-Haas cars. Just like I said, it looks like 2018 fall Talladega. Alright, we're not talking about Larson in today's stream. I've already acknowledged it. It was a terrible thing. That's why I don't even want to talk about it. And that is why he's not in the car. Anyway, Chastain in the 42. Kevin Harvick leading the field. Denny in 2nd. Joey in 3rd. Clint in 4th. So 5th on back are about 2 seconds behind, so as cars back in that secondary group are starting to fall back a little bit. So we see Denny getting closer and closer. It's kind of what we saw in that last little 15-lap heat race, is that Harvick got off to a good start, but then about 10-15 laps in, his tires started to fall off a little bit. Let's see. Alright, there's no one at risk of going a lap down yet, so good thing I got rid of some of those other cars, because I just didn't want another race like Bristol where we had like literally 1 car finishing on the lead lap. Here we go, the speed cam on the backstretch. So Buescher remains in 5th place. Still around right where he qualified. This kind of looks like actual Richmond in real life before they changed back to the lower spoiler. They're just... It's impossible to pass right now. Just all a freight train. The pace car's in danger going a lap down. So Harvick continues to lead the field, but Denny is not letting him pull away at all. Neither are 2nd or 3rd or 4th. Let's follow on board with the spectator cam. Oh, Jesus. That is a big time oof. Anyway, back to Harvick and his domination. Oh, looks like we got Clint Boyer taking a peek for 3rd place. Unable to make the movie Tux back in line. Can't tell. Can you crash the pace? You cannot. In this game, you go through it. In a 2002 season, the thing can actually obliterate you and all the AI cars, but in NR 2003, nope. It's pace car is invincible. You just go right through it. Thanks for the follow, sports fan. So, got a bit of a snoozer right now, but This is pretty realistic to how the real-life races at Richmond were. Boyer keeps trying to peak for 3rd place, but just you're unable to get any good advantage going down the backstretch on that inside line. I think most of the passes that are going to be made today is when lap traffic is going to be a factor. That would be my guess. Majeski won heat race number 2. Hell yeah. For the Saturday Night Thunder for the Pro Invitational Series. I know that's going on right now, so I'm going to have like no one watching this stream, but I wanted to stream this tonight because I want to start doing these before the Pro Invitational races, like the night before. So Kevin Harvick starting to pull away a little bit. Hamlin did have him down like bumper to bumper, but he's starting to gradually pull away ever so slightly. Let's go on board with our Goodyear helicopter blimp hybrid. Any way to make the races closer? Have them catch the lap traffic, then they'll start getting bunched up. Cautions with the restarts. Just like a real Richmond, they're unable to pass. It's impossible. We made it as realistic as possible. Alright, so the Snooze Owners 400 continues here at Richmond International Speedway. See you later, Dry Bones. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Talladega's next week. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sure, that's what you guys want to see. So we'll be going from the snooze races of Bristol and Richmond, and then we'll be going to Talladega for the Sunday Simulation Series next week. Or not the simulation. The NR2003 Sunday Simulations. There we go. Trying to do everything in my power to make it not sound like the Tuesday afternoon sim series. No wrecks in the heats yet in iRacing? Wow. That is that's surprising. So we still got the Conga Line 400 going on with Harvick leading the parade. Buescher's starting to close them down a little bit. He was like 2.2 seconds back at one point. Now he's up to 1.3 seconds, 1.2. So Buescher's got some speed. A little bit here. A little bit long into this run. Going on 30 laps. Also, if and when green flag pit stops happen, that'll be a major factor that switch things up. But usually Harvick's got the fastest pit crew, so unless he takes himself out again like he did a few weeks ago coming out of the pits at Bristol, I don't know if we'll have any issues in the pits. Yeah, I've got some NASCAR diecasts. I've got some. I've got a few. King Denny the Guy, appreciate the follow over on Twitch. The drive to 600 followers is in effect. They messed a flip. It sounds about right for those iRacing broadcasts. Alright, so Buescher has caught the back of them. If he can somehow get around these guys, he looks like he was having the fastest laps. Well, that's the thing, it's just impossible to pass here with the tapered spacer and those giant-ass spoilers. Mix something? Who's the favorite? For the iRacing thing or for what we're watching right now? The Saturday simulations. Well, it seems to me Harvick is the favorite right now. Oh, Denny peeking. Oh, he's peeking a little bit. Nothing yet. Denny's back, though. Harvick keeps getting like 2 or 3 car lengths built up, but then Henny gains it back. Denny is right there, but he has to check up a little bit. Let's go on board with Kevin Harvick. So we look back at second place. Well, at least they're not catching a bunch of lap traffic. And yeah, here we go. Now Harvick gets that gap back. What's the next lapped car? Still Suarez and Truex Jr. battling for last. So I don't remember when Cody raged at the end of the iRacing. Yeah, it's basically been all my iRacing streams. Get a few good races and then some clown does some clownery. And then I turn into a clown as well and pull a Bubba Wallace and rage quit. Luckily I don't lose any sponsors. But yes, I am. I need to work on my frustration management when it comes to those iRacing rookie races. I will admit that. I've gotten better. I have gotten better. Give me credit where credit is due, but I do acknowledge there is always room for improvement. Meanwhile, the top 5 remain the exact same. They have not changed whatsoever, and they continue just to run nose to tail for the first 10% of this race. Exciting. Time to put J.J. Haley back in the Gibbs car. Yeah, aside from turning Harvick's ratings down a little bit, every driver's ratings is through N ratings for the first 4 or 5 races of the season. Let's go back to TV1. Oh, we got Chris Buescher. Is this a side-by-side battle for the lead? What is this sorcery? Or not by something for... I cannot talk tonight. I meant to say side-by-side battle. I did not mean to say for the lead. What's up, NASCAR Memer, Pokemon Master? Good to have you guys in tonight. Yeah, they get side-by-side and they just both stall out. Neither one have an advantage, and then they just both start losing ground. It's going to take Buescher getting a really good run. Kind of like that. He needs to clear him going on the front stretch now. But Bowyer keeps getting a good run on the outside. Oh, Buescher almost had him cleared. Never thought a battle for 4th place would be this exciting. Would be the most exciting thing of the race going on. Man, they're losing so much ground racing side by side like this. TR, Hippo Earth, Dynaco, Flight Gamer, Monster Jam IndyCar, appreciate you all tuning in. Then while these guys are slowing down, it's allowing that back line to catch up. At least to 4th and 5th. Just look at this. Look at... It's broken. The tapered spacer package at short tracks is broken. I'm glad they changed it, but we got to see literally one race of the changed, modified short track package before it went... The world went to poop. Alright, Bowyer back to 4th. That was fun while it lasted. Officially 10% into this race. Oh, here comes Denny. Excuse me. That's why I've been clearing my... Or, muting my mic earlier when I clear my throat. Denny. Ooh, we got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Here we go. Ooh, that was a cool shot of the scoring tower. Ooh, this is going to let Logano catch up now. Whoever is able to maintain the lead here might come down to whoever Logano gets behind and gives a little arrow push in the turns. The top 3 are just under a blanket right now. Though usually, yeah, the outside line has the advantage coming out of 4, and it seems to be the case here as well. As long as Denny's still got his bumper underneath him, though, Harvick can't clear him. And Logano might get a good run here and take him 3 wide. You never know. Denny just needs to dive it down and send it to be able to clear him. And as long as they're battling like this, it's allowing 4th on back to catch the leaders again. So we are now side by side for the lead. We actually got some excitement going on. Come on, Denny. Denny needs to get a good run. But still... just that outside line is such an advantage coming out of the turns. Tell you what, though, as long as people are racing side by side and the guys behind them aren't, like Joey Logano's conserving his tires right now, while first and second are kind of wearing him out. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Ooh, Logano on the outside now. Are we actually going to have a pass for position? If Logano can get a good run on the outside here, we might actually have a pass for position. It looks like we might. Logano makes the pass. Someone celebrate. We got a pass for position almost 50 laps in under green. Now, did that hurt Logano and Hamlin too much? Did Harvick pull away too much? Or is Logano going to be able to track him down? I'm not sure how long the green flag runs are going to be fuel-wise at this track. I'm guessing maybe somewhere around 100 laps. So Logano's starting to pull away from third place a little bit. That's a good sign that he might actually be able to contend with Harvick once he catches him. And meanwhile, we're at a short track and we're still nowhere. I mean, it'll happen maybe in 15-20 laps, but no one's a lap down yet. Has Austin Dillon retired from an engine yet? Nope, he has not. Truex is still in dead last. You hate to see it. I have no idea why Truex is in last, but... so like I said, I applied all their ratings, realistically. I did the N ratings, I checked the 2020 season, and applied the ratings for all the drivers for the first 4 races of the season that they did in real life. Some of those restrictor plate guys that only ran at Daytona, that's why they were so slow. In, like J.J. Yaley and Brennan Gaughan. A lot of those guys that were super slow in these non-Daytona races because they're they only had ratings applied to them for the super speedway package. Still got the top 3 right under a blanket, and you can hear in the distance they're starting to catch some lappers. So lap traffic's going to come into play here once the leaders catch them. Poor Truex. Struggling to stay on the lead lap here, as we're not even 60 laps into this thing. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. JL, I don't know for sure how long the green flag run is for fuel. That was just a guess. I'm guessing maybe 100 laps. It might be more, it might be less. So Harvick still dominating this race. But Joey Logano starting to close back in for second. That's right, the old driver of the 19 is beating Truex right now. Daniel Suarez and the Gaunt Brothers Racing, number 96. Yeah, hate to see it. It's the start of lap 60 in this race. Nope, 59, excuse me. And yeah, we got, Reed Sorensen's in the 77. Reed Sorensen's in the 77. I know not might be quite accurate, but it's more accurate than having 2 Ross Chastains. Alright, so let's go on board with Harvick as he starts to close in on this lap traffic. So we got a good half dozen lap cars sitting up there in the racing line that Harvick is not looking forward to trying to pass. Here we got second place, Joey Logano. Let's go back on board with Harvick. So we go on the TV cam as we follow as he catches this lap traffic. He'll be the first cars a lap down of the race. It's going all right, Rocky. Thanks for asking. Thanks for being here. JL, if you want to watch the same stream and have the same enjoyment, but have less of a delay, I recommend my Twitch channel, which is down in the link for it's down in the description. Benjamin Larson is not in the race. It is Ross Chastain driving the 42 car, and Reed Sorensen is in the 77. So now we got Harvick trying to work his way around the lap traffic. Truex trying to stay on the lead lap. Let's go on board with Truex as he tries his best to keep the number 4 in his rearview mirror. Look at those intimidating Mustang front ends. Looks so great. Made by the amazing Splash and Go graphics. Oh, here comes Harvick. Let's ride on board with Harvick as he tries to work his way past Truex. And he will do so. Truex is officially a lap down. You hate to see it. Now he's trying to get underneath Daniel Suarez in the 96. Not able to do so. Daniel Suarez cuts him off, but now Harvick's got a lap car as a pick in between him and Truex. Logano needs to dive it down onto the inside of Truex if he was going to have a chance of catching Harvick. He wants any chance of winning the war. He's got to get around Truex stat. Yeah, Logano unable to get by Truex for now. So Truex, even though his race is not looking so good, at least he can do his rival a disservice by holding him up. Meanwhile, Truex looking to get back on the lead lap. Logano might try the outside here. That actually might be the move. Because he's going to get a good run on the outside down the back stretch, and yeah, he's going to have him cleared. So the outside is the move, it looks like. And look at this run Logano has. He's catching Harvick. If he can stay to the outside. Ooh, Harvick almost put it 3 wide. He does put it 3 wide trying to get past lap traffic. And he stays behind the 96. If Logano can get a good run on the outside here, he might take away the lead. Logano. Oh! Not quite at the line, it's still Harvick's, but Logano's technically in the lead now. Wow. So getting on the outside is actually the move to do. Logano to the lead. And here comes Harvick following suit on the outside. I think he's finally realizing that's where he needs to go. So for the first time since the start of the race, in 73 laps, we have a new leader. Joey Logano. And Harvick's dropping back. It looks like Logano might pass him. Or, excuse me, Hamlin. Harvick's going way wide. He's not able to make the outside work as well as Logano was. He's always doing the crossover. But if Hamlin can get to the outside here, that might give him the advantage to get around the 96. Look at that run Hamlin's able to get on the outside going on the straightaway. Hamlin and Harvick battling side by side. Reminiscent of last year's New Hampshire finish. So, and a few cars up, we have Logano continuing to work his way through this lap traffic. And a while back, like fifth on back was like 5 seconds behind, but now that these leaders are caught up in this lap traffic, they're only about 2 or 3 seconds behind. So as long as the cars back in like 5th or 10th or so have open track, they are gaining ground on the leaders. Speaking of which, there's Buescher up top. He's back within about a second or so. Oh, look at Harvick and Hamlin. 3 wide trying to get around the lapper. Harvick makes it work. Although he's going to get held up by Ryan Preece. If he can get to the outside here, that might help. Look at Logano. He is 3 wide in the middle of 2 lappers. Look at that. He's going to probably slingshot through the middle right here. Logano is. Oh no, Christopher Bell. Yep, there goes Logano. Wow. Wow. What a move by Joey. So in case you're confused as to who's all on the lead lap and who isn't, just remember to look on the little standings thing on the left side. So this is exactly what Logano needs to see. All these cars that were fighting him for the lead are now trapped up in this lap traffic. And he's got open track in front of him. You can see all those guys, Harvick, Hamlin, Buescher, Jimmy Johnson back there, Kyle Busch. All fighting for position, trying to catch Logano, but look, they've got a bunch of lap traffic they are still dealing with. And the only other lap car that Logano has to deal with now, for the moment, is Brennan Poole. Once he gets past him, he's got wide open track in front of him. So if Harvick is going to have any chance to regain the lead, he's got to get past Bell ASAP before Logano gets past Brennan Poole. Yeah, Harvick has to get by Christopher Bell ASAP if he's going to have any hope of tracking down Logano under green. He's still unable to get a bumper underneath or around him. Harvick's got to try the outside line here, I think. Meanwhile, let's go back up to Logano. Still trying to get around Brennan Poole. Looks like he'll be able to do so right here unless the 15 gets the run on the outside. Oh, wow, he does. So good news for Harvick and company for now. While Logano for the moment is getting held up by the 15, but it's not going to be for long. Logano ain't going to take this for too much longer. Harvick's got to get by the 95 ASAP. How do I set this all up? There's a thing called UI enhancements for NR. It's basically the updated tickers. That's how I get the ticker. That as far as graphics go, just look up The Ben Crazy on YouTube. follow his graphics tutorial video. And yeah, just download the 2020 cars for the 2019 mod. That's basically it. Get the newest version of Richmond. Just let the AI race it out. That's basically all there is to it. So Logano's still unable to get around Brennan Gone. Or, not Brennan Gone. Brennan Poole. Other Brennan. I think one's Brennan and one's Brendan. Harvick, it looks like he's about to clear Christopher Bell. Harvick just needs to clear the 95. I don't think he's going to, though. I think the 95's still there. I think he has that push from Hamlin that he'd be able to clear him, but...
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Ed! Ed! Edward.
Hell yeah!
Ed.
Hell yeah!
I love you, buddy. Thank you so much, bud. Ed with the 5 gift subs. Ed Soundhead, in case you've been living under a rock and don't know who the heck Ed Soundhead is. He's got a casual 300K on YouTube, one of the best gaming channels out there. Certainly the best Wreckfest channel out there. And hell yeah, you love to see it. Thank you so much for the gift subs, bud. I'm looking forward to racing in Knockouts with you coming up in like a month or so.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Why do I like NR so much? Have you even played the original game? Yeah, I played the original without the mods a bunch way back in the day, but you know, there's a zillion mods for it. Why wouldn't you use them? And I love this game so much because it's endlessly expandable. And yeah, if you got gift subbed a sub from Ed there, be sure you go thank that very generous man. King Shrimp. So meanwhile, during all the hell yeah commotion, thanks again, Ed, I love you. Both Harvick and Logano were able to work their way past Brennan Poole. So now it's a 2-car breakaway for the lead. They got a little bit of open track in front of them before they catch the next lapped car, which is Michael McDowell in the 34, who is in 26th place. Right now there are 26 cars on the lead lap. Famous 28 Star Clones, Reese, Rocky Fry, LeGrant, Joshua, Hattie Dixon, Barack Obama. Good to have you all in the chat. That's now 18 subs almost. Almost. I meant to say almost 20. That's 18. Damn. Ed just running away with the gift sub. What's the word I'm looking for? Top level. I can't even talk right now. When I go into streaming mode, I just forget how to talk. Dude, I gotta say though, the AI in iRacing has been so fun. I haven't done too many combos. One of the few I have, I've got the Dallara F3 cars. And I've been racing around at like Road America, Lime Rock, those types of tracks. And dude, it's one of like the 8 or 10 cars in iRacing that have both the updated damage model and compatibility for AI. So it's an insanely fun combo. You get those AI racing, you got the crazy wrecks with the piece of the car just breaking off. They touch tires, they go flying, they go barrel rolling. I'm slowly putting together this little mini, not so much a crash compilation, so much just a little showcase of the new damage modeling for that particular mod I'm putting together. There's a bunch of great, fantastic wrecks I've gotten while messing around. So this battle for the lead is surprisingly close, being nearly 100 laps under green. We are nearly 100 laps in, and we are still About 2 or 3 tenths separating the top two. What's the latest update with the Saturday night iRacing Thunder? Who's all making it onto the main event for the Pro Invitational Series tomorrow? I saw someone earlier said Majeski won one of the heats. Can someone crash? It might happen. Just be patient. Famous 28. Good things happen to those that are patient. And this is no different. Usually, in a lot of these races that seemed like it was just going to be a green flag snooze fest the entire time, have had some of the greatest and funniest, fantastic wrecks I've ever seen in NR2003. 69 watching, nice. There is a, if you go back a few weeks ago, I think it's like 2 weeks ago from the Bristol race, if you go to my Twitter and look at one of the clips I posted, there's the, when Harvick wrecked out, that might be the funniest thing I've ever seen. Majeski, Allgaier, McDowell made it. McDowell? He wasn't out for blood in tonight's race, like he usually is on iRacing. Man, these guys just continuing to dominate, Logano and Harvick. Let's go to TV2 since we've been on TV1 for a while. We're still green. You can see Hamlin and Buescher made it by in the background. They're slowly closing in. Yeah. Thanks again, Ed, and all you recipients of that gift sub. Be sure to thank him if you haven't yet. Be sure to enjoy that Cody H Gaming member badge. And the only got one emote on Twitch right now. I'm on my got my mission to get some more subs so I can unlock more emotes. I got a pending emote for my YouTube members, which is the brownie one. That should hopefully be approved in a day or so. That will be able to use for all YouTube members, which will make a total of 4 unlockable emotes over for the members on YouTube. Harvick's Bristol crash. Yeah, that was that might have been one of the hardest I've ever laughed on stream. Nascar Mobile 48, thanks for subbing on YouTube. Let's watch spectator cam. Yeah, kind of wide spotter stand camera angle. So give us a good perspective of where they are on the track and how much of a car length Logano has behind him to Harvick. Man, I can't believe how close this race is. I mean, they've been green for nearly 110 laps, and they are still just nose to tail for the lead. Meanwhile, back here, we got the battle for third place between Hamlin and Chris Buescher. What if you already subscribed? I thank all you people that already subscribed, that all those of you that are already subscribed every single stream. All you wonderful subscribers. What all tracks are available for this game? You have no idea. Just type in NR2003 on Google. Little friendly tip for all those of you that are new trying to get in NR. Google is very friendly. There's a if you just type in NR2003 in Google, the top page that'll come up is that Weebly page. It's got basically every mod, every realistic, real track that's ever been made, like links to them. I did not see that, Joshua Burns. I saw the video, like the thumbnail. I saw it on my suggested. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet. But I will. I do like me some KG. He gets a little ragey from time to time, but I do enjoy his content. Every now and then I'll release a piece of gold. Alright, so Logano and Harvick coming up on the next batch of lap traffic. Something going on with Clint Boyer. He has 57 laps down, so problems for the 14 car. Excuse me. Tried to mute my mic there to clear my throat. I don't know if I quite got it. I mean, yeah, nearly 120 laps into a green flag run in a short track, and they're still nose to tail.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Ed! You are already too kind.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
You're giving out gift subs to people that aren't even watching right now. I love you, Ed. Thank you so much. So like I said, we stand Ed Soundhead in this house. If you are not a fan or a subscriber of Ed Soundhead, then what are you doing with your life? If you're not watching Ed Soundhead, then what are you watching? Sorry, Soundhead Entertainment. Jesus. That is Ed Soundhead with 25 gift subs and second place 1. I love you too, Adam. I appreciate that gift sub from back then. But yeah, there's just no one that can top Edward's clout. You'd love to see it. Yeah, well, I should hopefully have some more emotes unlocked now. I don't know the exact numbers and the milestones for when what all gets unlocked when. I'm sure I've got at least one unlocked now. I'm going to post that on Twitter right now. I'm gonna say, hey, yo. This very kind man just gifted a bunch of subs to people, so go jump in Twitch now and take advantage. Twitter. Let's turn caps lock off. Alright, Logano makes his way past Byron. Come on, I'm still not used to typing on this new keyboard for my new laptop. Oh, Harvick's getting held up by Byron a little bit, but Logano still has no clear track in front of him after that. Who was that coming out of the pits? Who was that coming out of the pits? I think that was Suarez, yeah. Was that a scheduled pit stop? It looks like he's only 2 laps down. Yep, we got pit stops. Here's the leader, Logano. We got our leader coming into the pits. Sorry, I'm typing and commentating and watching all at the same time. Alright, this is where we've had usually the biggest chance of having a caution in the past is during these green flag pit stops. Let's go to this wide shot, spectator cam. Pit lane 1, pit lane 2. Alright, Logano. Usually, traditionally in the past, the cars that have pitted first get the best gap throughout the cycle. I can't spell. I cannot spell. Hold on, hold on. Alright, so right now Blaney is in the lead. Let's go on board with Blaney. He's one of the last cars to pit, it looks like. He's going to be in the pits right now. Yep, here he comes. So, unless there's a caution that comes out, I can't imagine Logano won't be in the lead when this all cycles through. Where's Logano compared to, like, Harvick? Where is... Buescher is, I believe, second place once this will all cycle out. Where did Logano go? There he is. Sorry, I'm typing and commentating at the same time. Right, so pit stops are complete. Logano cycled back into the lead and no cautions. It's about a second and a half back to Buescher. Buescher. Symbols. Where is what I'm looking for? There's one. Alright, hold on, I'm almost done with this tweet. I think that's it. Sorry for the quiet commentary right now. I'm drafting an appreciation tweet. Alright, let's go back on TV1. So Logano cycles through in the lead. Yeah, historically, the first car to pit is usually... That's the car that's going to have the best gap coming out of the cycle. There we go. All right. So Logano, with no gap in front of, or no cars in front of or behind him, a big gap. He is now pulling away easily from Chris Buescher in second. Harvick, who was in second before that pit cycle, has now dropped down to third. There are 17 cars on the lead lap, so roughly half the field is still on the lead lap, but it's not going to be for long. It ain't going to be for long. We're going to have many more cars going a lap down soon. Surprised we haven't, especially through those round of pit stops, surprised we haven't had a single caution yet. So right now it looks, there's like 3 cars that look like they have a chance. Logano, Busher, and Harvick. Oh, that's sad. Travis, aka Moonhead, apparently would have been racing his real-life dirt car tonight. But, world events had other ideas. What's up, Donovan, Teresa, Reese, Kyle Busch? Appreciate you all too easy. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and then I read SRM's message, undercut too easy. That is how non-complex my brain is, how little multitasking I can handle. I was saying something, I read something, and then what I was reading just came out of my mouth instead of what I was trying to say. So around the halfway point, around lap 200, I gotta take a quick potty break like we usually do in these streams, but then I'll be back. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator, I'll be back. I'm just gonna drive a car through the friggin' front of the building. Gotta say, I know I'm gonna sound like a boomer right now, but if you have not seen the original Terminator, as a classic 80s sci-fi action horror, what a drama movie, whatever you want to call it. So that's on the list of movies you gotta watch before you die. It's the OG Terminator. It was right when Arnie was starting to become a household name, but before he really... Was that before or after Predator? I can't remember. Is my boomerness coming out yet? NASCAR, maybe. Who's your favorite NASCAR driver? For my entire life, it was Junior. Then once Junior retired, I'd kind of been having a midlife crisis of sorts, trying to figure out who the next driver I'm going to root for is. Then after a couple of years deciding, I finally settled on a new driver that I would root for and become my new favorite driver. And then that guy is now currently suspended by NASCAR, and rightfully so. So I gotta find a new favorite driver to root for. I can't have anything nice. Watch some streams from South Korea using Twitch. Dude, Twitch is amazing. YouTube is incredible. Its versatility, its audience, its reach. Just everything about YouTube is incredible. But as far as streaming goes, I don't know. Twitch just has all nailed down. Its bitrate's just a little bit better. It's got a little bit less of a delay. YouTube is the platform for the regular uploads. Like the wider reach, the more mainstream audience. And Twitch is the site if you're just purely focused on live streaming and nothing else. And that's why I love both. I love both equally. So Logano, who was pulling away, is kind of, for the moment, trapped behind Truex and Dylan. Trying to get around them. Let's see what the split time is. So Buescher gained 1/10 of a second on that last lap. As long as Logano's getting held up by this traffic, if Buescher and Harvick can get past these guys, it's got a pretty open track in front of Newman and John Hunter, so they can start closing down Logano. So here's the battle for second right now between Harvick and Buescher as they navigate through the lap cars of Newman and John Hunter Nemechek. So Buescher trying to get past Newman, but every lap he's side by side with him, he's losing ground. Every lap he's side by side with Newman, he's losing ground to Logano up here. But Logano side by side with Truex. So I guess 2.9, 2.95. Technically, Buescher's gained just ever so slightly these last like 3 or 4 laps in a row. He's gonna have him cleared. So now I should have even more ground made up on this next lap. Because, yeah, Logano's still trapped. He's got a lot of lapped cars in front of him even once he gets past those two of Truex and Dylan. 2.86 seconds back. Like a few laps ago, Buescher was 3.2 seconds back. Now he's 2.8. So especially if he can get past John Hunter, he should be able to catch Logano pretty quickly. I like Suarez, yeah. He's a good guy. Just stinks what's happened to his career in the last few years, but yeah, I'm nothing but rooting for the guy. Sadly, there's just only so many seats in top-tier rides, and sadly in today's day and age, unless you're like perfect right away, they're gonna try moving on to the next upcoming prospect, i.e. Custer or Truex. Alright, so Buescher is unable to get past Hunter Nemechek. Oops. Oh, that's why we don't hold the shift key, kids. Sorry. Now since I did that, I'm just going to go click back on the chat to make sure I didn't freeze that in doing so. There we go. It's 2.17 seconds back. He's gained about a second in the last 5-10 laps. Despite being stuck behind John Hunter. Oh, that's why. Because Logano up here, he's got way more lap traffic he's dealing with. So Truex is dealing with all that lap traffic, and once Buescher can get past... Oh, he gained like a half a second in that lap. Alright. Alright, the battle for the lead's closing in, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, get along in the chat. Just remember, I can turn it off the screen with a click of a button. And my contact is currently acting up on me, so give me a second while I try to fix my eyeball. So Logano made it past Truex, but he's still got all these cars he's held up by. Oh, and here comes Truex diving back down to the inside. Well, I think the outside line's the advantage, so that's going to be good for Logano. Oh, Logano to the inside. I don't know if that's the move he wants to do. Now here's Truex, or not Truex. Harvick and Buescher, second and third place, are back there behind these lap cars. Man, there's just something going on with Truex today. He's way off the pace. What is going on with my contact lens? Alright, here comes Buescher. He is closer now than he's been since those green flag pit stops. And Logano is boxed in with this lap traffic. Where's the advantage right now? Is it the upper line or the lower line? You'd think it's the lower line, but then the outer group has like a huge... gives you a huge run coming out of the turns. It's within a half a second. Oh, he got up to the outside. That's going to help Buescher. Nope. He's going to stay to the inside. So Logano has worked his way past him for the most part. What's Buescher going to do here? He's going to try to get to the outside. Nope. He's going to continue to lose ground and stay on the inside. There he goes to the outside. So Logano able to navigate that big wad of lap traffic better than anyone else. And now he's basically clear. Currently 15 cars on the lead lap. See Buescher back here in second place. Still trying to get past all this lap traffic. Yeah, Logano just able to do a better job splitting all those lap cars than anyone else was. And now he's got wide open track in front of him. Buescher now has 3 cars between him and Logano, but he's got to work quick if he wants any chance of catching him under green. What do you want, kitty? Sorry, I'm busy right now. I am broadcasting to the world. I will pet you and cuddle you when I'm done, I promise. Alright, so Logano continuing to dominate. We're about 30 laps or so away from the halfway point. Right as he was starting to pull away again, we got... We got more lap traffic coming up. Don't do it. I swear, I try to box him out, and he tries to, like, sneakily jump up on my lap, like, from 4 feet down on the side, and in doing so, he, like, knocks over a bunch of stuff. Get. Apparently he doesn't know what snapping and get means. Get! Come on. Get. My God. Alright, or not. Anyway, the battle for the lead continues between Buescher and Logano, who can split the lap traffic better. Here we got Buescher back here. Winston, get! Jesus. I swear to God, that is the most needy cat I've ever known. Oh, hold on. Here we go. So Logano is trapped behind these guys for now. And in the process, that's allowing Busher and Harvick the possibility of catching up. Austin Dillon pulls down. If John Hunter Nemechek can get around him on the outside here, then Busher will follow him up. Yeah, Logano is just the only guy that's getting through a lot of this lap traffic with seemingly little problems. And that's been the biggest difference maker so far in this race. So Joey continuing to put all these guys a lap down. We've still got 15 cars on the lead lap. A little less than half the field. And here's the battle for second through fourth between Harvick, Busher, and Hamlin. So knock on wood, if something by chance happens to Logano in this race, we're going to have a hell of a close battle for the lead right now, with these three cars being second through fourth. But they are not in the lead. Logano is in the lead. Until something happens to him, I don't see him losing this race. And he's just got another wide open gap where he's got no lapped cars to worry about. So those top four still within about 2 seconds, but that gap's going to get a little bit bigger the longer Logano goes, having passed all these lap cars while these guys are all still trapped behind him. They don't know that the outside line is where you want to be. Another 3 wide. Watch them wreck for second place. Harvick with a nice move to the outside line. I think Harvick knows what he has to do. Yeah, Harvick knows you got to get to the outside to get the best runs. Alright, so we are less than 20 laps to go before the halfway point. Man, Hamlin, Busher, they're just getting close to Priest, just trying to pass all these lapped cars. Meanwhile, let's go back up to Logano. He's in the clear for now. If Hamlin, Busher, or Harvick are going to have any chance of tracking down Logano, they got to get past these last 3 lapped cars, separating them before Logano catches those next lappers. Hamlin just tracked everyone down with all these cars getting held up by the lappers. Oh, what happened up? What just happened there? Oh, Busher almost just got hooked. What's going on with Hamlin? What the heck? Hamlin's off the pace. What just happened to him there? Is he going to be pitting this time? Is there anything going on with this engine? No, he just went down and got too low coming out of that last turn and just had to check way up. I think it was just as simple as that. So Busher's still trapped behind 3 cars, 3 lappers. If he's going to have any chance of catching Logano, he has got to get past these slow cars ASAP. And he's underneath Christopher Bell. Can he make the pass? It looks like he'll be able to do so. Just 2 more cars separating him and Logano. But he's starting to run out of time. And Logano's certainly not running out of open track in front of him. He's got to get past these guys, hope to catch back up to Logano, and get past Logano the next time. Logano gets held up by a bunch of lap cars. What's Buescher going to do here? He's going to go high, up to the outside line. Come on, Buescher. I believe in you. I believe in you, Buescher. You can get past these slow cars. Keep thinking the outside line has the advantage, but they're just... Suarez and Austin Dillon are just side by side right in front of them. Here comes Harvick back to second. And meanwhile, up here, Logano just continuing to pull away. Look at these 2nd through 4th right here. If it wasn't for Logano, this would be an insanely close race. And as long as Buescher and Harvick are going side by side, they're not going to be passing these lap cars anytime soon. Yeah, they're just slowing themselves down so much battling for position here while they're trying to navigate this lap traffic. Here comes Harvick. Underneath Suarez. If he can get a good run here. Out of the turn, he should have him cleared. Alright, Harvick only has 1 more car between him and Logano now. Logano's still got some open field, but he does have some more lap traffic he's catching. Harvick's got to hope to get past Dillon and catch up to Logano by the time Logano catches that next batch of lap traffic. And Hamlin's officially passed Suarez, it looks like. Buescher is close too. Alright, Kevin Harvick's got to get a good run and get underneath Austin Dillon here. He can't afford to lose any more time. Martin Blogs, Chilean. Well, that is really cool to hear. Welcome in from Chile. Hopefully you're enjoying the video so far. So we continue to wait for Harvick to try to work his way past Austin Dillon. I think he might need some arrow push from these cars in 3rd and 4th place to help him get past the 3 car. What's up, Oliver? Yeah, this is a... I know it not might be what you were referring to, but this isn't a online league. This is just an AI simulated running of the race. So no actual races are in this right now. We are just all AI, just pure simulation. Yes, NR leagues are fun. Carter, we're not talking about that. Ross Chastain in this race is in the number 42 car. Reed Sorensen is in the 77. And the other guy is nowhere to be found. Alright, come on, Harvick. Once Harvick gets past Austin Dillon, I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. So now that he's got some aero help from Hamlin and Buescher, he should be able to get by Austin Dillon here shortly. And Harvick's still losing about 1/10 of a second per lap, so he's continuing to lose ground as long as he's stuck behind Austin Dillon. He's probably going to have a good run one of these next few times coming out of the turn 4. If he gets a good push from someone behind him. Yeah, sorry for the lap cars getting in the way, guys. I know this isn't super realistic racing, at least in that aspect, but I can't control the AI. Reese, I got my face cam off for this one because there's no point in me sitting here just on camera to commentate. But yes, when I'm doing sim racing and can area creates and all that stuff, yes, the face cam will be on. Man, Harvick, he's now 6 seconds back. Unless something happens to Logano, these guys are just the moving chicane. Austin Dillon not getting out of the way. Meanwhile, Logano has now caught those other lapped cars, and he's gonna work by them like they're nothing. Or will he? Ugh, this is... Wish there was a button to have the lap cars get out of the way. Alright, so here is where second, fourth, and third place are. Harvick, Hamlin, Buescher. And then all the way up here is Logano. We're going to follow on board with Logano. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I am not going anywhere except for the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go stretch my back, walk around for a couple minutes, hit the restroom, and I will be back to commentate the second half of this race. I'm just going to mute my mic. I'm going to leave the broadcast going. I won't put you on a wait screen or anything like that. I'll just let you guys... This will be the crank it up. Oh, I need a crank it up logo for when I go on bathroom breaks for these things, so I can have a little crank it up thing going in the bottom. Alright. I'm done rambling. I will be right back in like 5 minutes. Thanks for tuning in, guys. What in the world happened to Logano? What happened? What happened to Logano? Oh my goodness. What happened to him? Did he hit something? Did he run into the back of Brennan Poole or something? Oh, he just had mechanical issues. He just falls off the pace. Oh my goodness. Logano, one of the dominant cars, is now retired from some sort of mechanical issue. Piston. 14 is out from a piston. 34 is out from a clutch. 41 is out from a piston, as well as the 22. So that cycles Harvick back in the lead, and just like that, that 3-car battle we had for second through fourth is now all of a sudden the battle for first through second, or first through third, excuse me. What a turn of events! I should just go to the bathroom all the time for my streams, if exciting stuff like that's going to happen while I'm gone. What on earth? I am not believing that. Alright, so as of right now, Harvick's stuck behind a couple lappers. And Truex and Hamlin have clear ground. Hold on, I will be back in literally 20 seconds. I gotta plug my laptop in. I cannot believe what I just saw. I mean, I told you, like, don't get too upset if someone's dominating or it seems boring. Because with the length of these races, something's bound to happen in 400 laps that unexpected. That's going to take out some contenders. Yeah, Logano just lost a piston. That's... Came into the pits for an unscheduled pit stop. Changed the tires and just sat in there for a while and he was done. And don't look now, but here comes Hamlin and Buescher. Here come Hamlin and Buescher. That's going to be like a little less than a second away. Or a little more than a second away. As long as Brennan Poole can hold up Harvick. Come on, Brennan. Hold him up. Hold him up. Oh, he's gonna get by. Or will he? Chris Buescher now within a second. But Harvick's clear. Now Buescher and Hamlin gotta get past these guys. And Harvick's got some pretty wide open ground in front of him. Oops. Wrong button. There we go. Is Buescher going to be able to get to the outside? Does the outside still even have an advantage? Yes. Buescher looks like he's got an advantage down on Corey LaJoie going on the backstretch. I cannot believe that turn of events. Alright, so here's these guys trying to navigate through the lap traffic. Buescher easily has Corey LaJoie cleared. Now it's just a matter of getting past Brennan Poole. Here comes Hamlin with the good run on the outside. Especially on worn tires, I think the outside line has the advantage. Look at the run that Hamlin's going to get there. Whoop. Yep, easily. So now what's Hamlin going to do here once he catches these guys? Is he going to try to go to the outside, or is he going to try to dive it down to the inside? Is Buescher going to be able to get a run, or is he just going to start losing ground to Harvick and trap behind the 15? What's Buescher going to do here? How's he going to get by him? And here's a Bubba out of nowhere. I think he might have fresh tires. Yeah, I think Bubba's on fresh tires. If, this might actually work out good for Chris Buescher if he can get the advantage on the outside. If he can have Bubba come up and help him from the back. Come on, Buescher. He's going to get a run here. Is he going to get a push from Bubba? Yeah, I think Bubba just recently pitted because he seems way faster. Looks like Bubba's got some front-end damage, so he must have just pitted. He must have fresher tires. Speaking of which, let's see. He must have just recently come out of the pits. Yeah, because he's passing people super quick. He must have pitted when he got that damage, yeah. I don't know when he got the damage, but he pitted around lap 215. Buescher and Hamlin still stuck behind Brennan Poole. And that's allowing Harvick to pull away. Come on, Buescher, I believe in you. The chat died. What do you mean the chat died? Died because you guys stopped chatting. Didn't actually die. Oh, this might be it for Buescher here if he can get a good run. There we go. Buescher able to get past Brennan Poole. Now we got more lap traffic. We got Ryan Preece coming up in the 37. The driver who took over the 37 after Buescher moved into the 17 car. I'll say it's nice to have the chat be a little calm from time to time. Not gonna lie. Now Hamlin's... Oh! I think someone just got turned! Someone just got turned! That's gonna be a caution. Is there a caution out? Yep, caution. I saw that happen like in the peripheral. The 15 and the 17, the 77 got together. I think the 77 was on newer tires and turned him. First caution of the day comes out on lap 237. And you thought this thing was over. And you thought this thing was over. So Brennan Poole just got turned by Reed Sorensen. Hey, just turns down and just... Boom! Big hit into that outside wall. He's able to keep driving, but that damage is going to cost him. Brennan Poole, who before that was already running 23rd, 2 laps down. We got a caution out. Who is all going to be pitting? I think it's going to be all the lead lap cars pitting. Yep. So we currently got 13 cars on the lead lap. It'll probably stay that way. Alright, so Harvick, no surprise, able to keep the advantage. And it's going to be Hamlin and Buescher. DeBenedetto was in 4th. Kyle Busch in 5th. Ryan Blaney in 6th. Chase Elliott in 7th. Eric Almirola 8th. The 47 is going to be in 9th place. And Jimmy Johnson is going to be the rounding out the top 10. That's Keselowski, Bowman, and Ross Chastain are the last cars on the lead lap. And here's all the lappers coming in that want to pit. So the first car lap down, I believe, is going to be Corey LaJoie. So yeah, here's all the lead lap cars. Ross Chastain, Bowman, Keselowski, Johnson, Stenhouse, Almirola, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Matt DiBenedetto, Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, and Kevin Harvick. Those are realistically all the cars that still have a chance. And these 3 cars just pitted, but are a lap down, so that's why they're right in front of the leader. So if they can stay in front of Harvick and another caution comes out, then they will keep being on the lead lap, and they'll get like the wave around. But for right now, they're going to be fending off a fast and hungry 4 car. Yeah, these 3 cars, the 37, the 77, and the 43, are all still a lap down, but they just pitted before the caution. So they stayed out and did not pit under yellow, and that's why they're in front of the lead lap leader. And then with 1 to go here, we're going to have all the lap down cars coming up on the inside line. It's just a way the rules used to be, and NR2003 still operates that way. Oh, they are gonna go to the inside line. Okay, I thought they were gonna be in the outside line, in front of the leaders. Donovan Joey blew up. He had a piston issue. See right there. He just randomly came into the pits like on lap. It was like 2:15 or so. He just had a problem with his piston and retired. Led a lot of laps in the day, and he is done. It's going to have less than 160 laps to go on this restart. Let's actually get the camera on the leader here. Here we go. So all these cars in the outside line are on the lead lap. All the ones on the inside line are a lap down, trying to not go a lap down. So it's going to be how well can Denny, Chris Buescher, these guys work their way around these cars on the outside is going to be the big question. Off the bat. Denny looks like he's got a good run. Might take a couple more corners to actually clear him, but it looks like he's good on the outside so far. So you should have a good run here and clear him. Same with Buescher. Buescher will probably get a decent run down the backstretch here. Then here's Matt DiBenedetto. Trying to stay up with the leaders. Get past this lap traffic. So right now the 43, 77, the 37 are a lap down. And then the 17, 11, and 4 are the top 3. Then you got the 21, the 18, the 12, the 9, the 10, all back. They're still on the lead lap, but they're kind of stuck behind some lap traffic at the moment. So that's the current situation. I don't know, Harvick, I guess he's just had good stats this year, because the ratings are purely based on the stats of the, excuse me, and end ratings for the first 4 races of the season. So Kevin Harvick just must have consistently had the best races for the first 4 before the Rona came over and shut the world down. But I even turned his stats down a little bit for this one, and he's still leading. So yeah, here's Kevin Harvick. He's got about a 2-car length lead over Denny Hamlin, who's slowly starting to reel him in. Denny Hamlin looks a little bit better on the screen flag run. He gained about a 1/10 of a second that time by. So I got a little bit of a breakaway for the top 3. And back here, the next car for position is Matt DiBenedetto. Still got 2 lap cars in front of him, and then Kyle Busch is the next, and there's a bunch of traffic here. There are 3 wide. It's Chase Elliott trying to split all this lap traffic to keep pace with the leaders. So right now, Elliott's on the lead lap, Blaney's on the lead lap, Kyle Busch is on the lead lap, LaJoie is a lap down, DiBenedetto's on the lead lap, Reed Sorensen is a lap down, Ryan Preece is a lap down, Chris Buescher is on the lead lap, Denny Hamlin is on the lead lap, and Kevin Harvick is the leader. So here's your top three for position. And Denny getting a little closer each lap. He was 0.41 seconds back, then he was 0.33 seconds back, then he was 0.31 seconds back, now he's 0.26 seconds back. He's gaining a little bit each lap. He's got that little bit of back support from Buescher. If he gets up there and sticks his nose underneath him, he can get a little bit of an arrow push from that car behind him. Possibly. What a interesting race so far. Here comes Denny Hamlin looking for the lead. So after that interesting blow-up of Joey Logano around 2:15, Kevin Harvick took over and basically hasn't looked back since. But that caution coming out changed everything, and now we got a battle for the lead side by side between Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick. Denny Hamlin still peeking underneath, but Harvick's going to have that slight advantage on the outside. Just able to clear Denny. And them going side by side like that, that's allowing Buescher to catch right up to the back of both of them. Yeah, next week, if you guys think this race is boring, and it has been a little bit, but it's heating up now. These last 150 laps are heating up big time. But next week is Talladega, baby. We're going to the high banks, the most famous super speedway in Alabama. I was going to say the world, but I think Daytona's got that honor. Alright, so let's go to the spotter stand. Let's get a little wide perspective of this three-car battle for the lead. Alright, so here is the battle for the lead. Matt DiBenedetto has cleared. And then we got Kyle Busch in 5th place. That still has Corey LaJoie and Ryan Preece in front of him a lap down. Blaney's looks like he's got Reed Sorensen cleared. And Elliott's trying to clear. So these cars, the only ones they got in front of them now a lap down are the 32 and the 37. 21's on the lead lap, and then everyone else is on the lead lap up here. I'm going to be doing lots of Dega-related stuff in the week leading up to the Dega race, so can I recreate races, simulations, compilations? Be looking forward to a whole bunch of content coming up this week. So even though Matt DiBenedetto has cleared that lap traffic, these top three are pulling away from him a little bit. They got the little bit of a draft advantage, and he's also just not as fast. Yeah, you can see he dropped 0.2 of a second that lap. But once these top three catch the back of the field and start catching up on some lap traffic, that will allow the 21 to close in on the top three. So we're coming up on 140 laps to go. We got about 142 precisely this time by. I gotta make a return to Talladega squeeze. So still the top three right under a blanket. Let's go back to TV1. Yeah, Matt DiBenedetto with a strong running in 4th place. You love to see it. Everyone's favorite Guido. The most muscular man in NASCAR right now. Oh, what happened to... What? What happened to Hamlin? What happened to Hamlin? I wasn't even paying attention. What? Oh, he's got issues. Is this going to be another piston? If he drops some speed in the middle of the straightaway. Watch that speed. Oh, this might be another piston. It might be another piston issue for Hamlin. Oh my goodness. So that opens the door for both Buescher and Guido. That puts De Benedetto up into the top 3. Oh my goodness, Hamlin. Hamlin. He hasn't retired yet, but he's 2 laps down. Let's check back in on him. Is he still in the pits? Oh no, he's coming back out. He is not retired. He had some issues, though. He went 2 laps down, so Hamlin is basically all but out of this thing. So now it's between Buescher and Harvick. And De Benedetto has a small miracle of making something happen. So Kevin Harvick and Chris Buescher down to the top 2. Still got 15, no, only 12 cars on the lead lap, excuse me. It was 13, but then Hamlin went 2 laps down. So we're about 2/3 of the way complete with this race. About 266 in, about 133, 134 to go. Kevin Harvick now starting to pull away just a little bit. He gained about 6/100ths of a second last lap. But once Harvick catches some lap traffic, if he gets held up, Buescher's still right there. And De Benedetto's still hanging right around 5 seconds back. He's not dropping too much anymore. He'll probably drop another couple tenths of a second this next time by. Yeah, about 12/100ths. 100ths. So in case you are just tuning in, we had a back and forth battle basically between Harvick and Logano in the early stages. Logano led a ton of laps. Around lap 215 while he was leading, he made an unscheduled pit stop and retired from the race due to a piston issue. Before that, we had the 14, 34, and 41 drop out as well. Harvick's otherwise been dominating. Buescher's been close, Hamlin's been close, but Hamlin just had an unscheduled pit stop that put him 2 laps down. And now you got guys like De Benedetto, Kyle Busch, and Chase Elliott working their way into the top 5. Let's go back and look for the battle between 4th place right now. It's the closest on-track battle, it looks like, between Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch as they try to work their way past the lap car of Corey LaJoie. What's up, Grim Reaper? What's up, Alex? Hopefully that little recap I gave helped anyone that just tuned in. Logano and Harvick was leading back and forth for a long time early on. Logano in particular. On lap 215, while Logano was leading, he made an unscheduled pit stop and unexpectedly retired from the race due to a piston issue. Harvick took over. Like maybe 20, 30 laps later, caution came out for the 15 and the 77 getting together. And then it was Harvick, Hamlin, Buescher, basically 1, 2, 3. Or Harvick, Buescher, there it is. Harvick, Buescher, Hamlin were running 1, 2, 3. But then Hamlin had an unexpected pit stop, and now he's 2 laps down. So this is the battle for 4th. Let's go back to here's the battle for 2nd. No, this isn't the battle for 2nd. Never mind. Denny Hamlin's 2 laps down. I forgot that. So Harvick kind of just pulling away right now. Nothing new in this NR2003 simulations. It's helping Buescher a little bit that he's getting that little arrow push from Hamlin. He gained about a tenth of a second that last lap. Let's see where he's at this lap. 1.16 back. 1.02. Gained about a tenth and a half. So now that he's got Hamlin back up on his bumper, Hamlin's not racing him for position, but he's still getting that little short track arrow push. You can see it working the effect in the split time lap after lap. 1.02. 0.94. Less than a tenth that time, but still closing in. Let's go on board with Kevin Harvick as we look back towards Buescher. Let's see him closing his way in. And Harvick's going to catch some lap traffic at some point. When he does, the closer Buescher is, the better chance he's going to have of being able to pass him. Oh, that he lost about a half a tenth. Let's stay on board with Harvick Buescher. Bush in. It looks like he lost another tenth or so. Oh, nope, he gained 3 100ths. How close is Harvick to catching some lap traffic? He's got Bubba Wallace up here. After that, it is a massive line. So if Chris Buescher can be within striking distance of Harvick by the time they catch that lap traffic, he should have a decent chance of being able to pass him. He's closing in. He's closing in. Got 120 laps to go this time by. And he gained another tenth. Oh, if Hamlin tries to get underneath, that's not going to do Buescher any favors. So here is the battle for first and second, the 4 and the 17. The 11 is 2 laps down, but his little arrow push at the back of the 17 is helping him close in on Harvick. Gained a little less than a tenth there, but he's still closing in. Meanwhile, the closer Harvick gets that giant conga line of lap cars, if Buescher's right there, if Buescher can get past him and start threading his way through the field better than Harvick, he could pull away with this thing. 5.8. Another 8 100ths of a second. Formula E. I've seen some clips. I haven't watched too much, to be honest, but the clips I have seen I have liked. One of the clips I've seen is probably one of the most popular clips out there, is supposedly from the first race ever, when some guy and then Alain Prost's son, I think, got together like in the final corner, and he just yeeted him into the barrier and sent him flipping. That was an intense finish. Now Buescher's losing a little bit of time. But right on cue, here's Bubba. If he holds him up at all in the corner here, that's going to help Buescher. Here comes Buescher. Harvick dives down to the bottom. Ooh, look at the run Buescher got. Although Harvick's going to have a decent run, since he got past him here. Buescher can get down to the bottom. Oh, Bubba, how dare you? There we go. Buescher needs to not get trapped behind the 43. And he has him cleared. He's now battling the 11. But the 11's faster. He's on slightly fresher tires. Remember, he had that unscheduled pit stop like around 10, 15 laps after this restart. So here's the battle for the lead between the 4 and the 17. We now got the car of Denny Hamlin 2 laps down, separating them. But now let's the faster car of Denny Hamlin. If Buescher's right behind him, that's going to let him get in the draft. That's going to be good for Buescher for now. 0.45, 0.50. Lost about a half a tenth. But Hamlin, he's on faster tires here. He's going to try to pass Harvick. There he goes. Once he runs Harvick wide, that's going to let Buescher close in. This is the closest the battle for the lead has been since the restart. Look at this run Buescher has on the outside. He cut the lead in half that last lap. Here comes Buescher. So we're coming in on 110 laps to go. Just like I said, he doesn't have to pass him yet, as long as Buescher is right there within striking distance by the time they catch all these lapped cars. All these lapped cars. Buescher just needs to get past him. Just at one point and start threading his way better, and then he can easily pull away. For now, Buescher, he's unable to pass him yet, but he's still within striking distance. Hamlin gets one of his laps back by passing Harvick there. He's now one lap down versus 2, I think. Never mind, he was 3 laps down, now he's 2. I got that backwards. Alright, so here's the battle for the lead. Buescher is still staying. He's losing a little bit of ground, but like I said, once Harvick catches this lap traffic, Buescher can easily pass him. Yeah, tough day for Denny Hamlin, who was in contention for the win. So he had that unscheduled pit stop. Let's go to the helicopter view so we can get a good aerial shot from our Goodyear helicopter blimp hybrid of this massive swarm of cars that Harvick's going to have to work his way through here shortly. So especially once we got side-by-side lap cars in front of Harvick, he might be able to pass Suarez here pretty quickly. But once we start getting side-by-side lap cars, Buescher can easily be within striking distance. Let's go on board with Chris Buescher. He backs off the gas a little bit there in corner entry, or exit. That was an interesting strategy. But now here's Harvick held up by all these cars. That allows Buescher to close back in. So we're approaching the 100 to go mark. Yeah, once they all start going side by side here, all it's going to take is Buescher getting a good run on the outside like this. Buescher can get to the outside. Oh, not quite. This is the closest the battle for the lead has been since the restart. He is right on his bumper. Oh, they're 3 wide up there in front. The lappers better not wreck in front of the leaders. Hamlin is picking his way through the field on these freshies. So, right now, it's going to be who can get through the lap traffic cleaner. And meanwhile, while these guys are held up by the lap traffic, look at the split time to third. 6.68 seconds back. Watch what it's going to be this time. It's going to be way closer. 6.68, 6.37. Cut a third of a second off right there. And we got side-by-side battle for the lead. Let's go back to the helicopter cam. Oh, Chris Buescher, he goes down low. That's exactly what I said. All he needs to do is just start navigating this lap traffic a little bit better than Harvick. That's all he needs to do. So Suarez and Buescher side by side now. Suarez trying to avoid going an additional lap down. He's already 6 laps down. And we got Chris Buescher to the lead. His first year with Roush Fenway Racing, trying to prove why he is there. Why he's there to stay. But don't look now, we got Harvick battling back on the outside, but Buescher's going to have the advantage on that outside line. Oh, we got lap cars checking up in front of Buescher. This is just going to be a game of navigation of who can split this lap traffic. And meanwhile, we've got less than 100 laps to go. De Benedetto has cut a second off the lead. 5.54. Let's see where he's at this time by. 5.54. 5.26. About a quarter of a second. So meanwhile, these guys are completely held up by this swarm of lap traffic. That's allowing third on back to start closing in just ever so slightly. Oh, Buescher looking 3 wide. That's not going to work. He's going to have to get off the gas, and that's going to allow Harvick to get the run on the outside. But Buescher still has the advantage. He gets him cleared. They're trying to work their way underneath Tyler Reddick. Things are heating up here at Richmond. So Buescher and Harvick back and forth. Let's go back to the blimp cam. This is giving us a great shot. Buescher able to clear Reddick. Now Harvick side by side next to him. I told you guys it was just going to take Harvick catching that lap traffic, and Buescher might be able to get past him, and that's exactly what happened. Oh, De Benedetto, he's closed in 2 seconds since I last started keeping track. 4.5. 4.27. He's gaining at least a half second or a quarter of a second every single lap. So De Benedetto, let's go back. He's just got wide open track in front of him. So he's just closing in on that big gaggle of cars, hoping that they don't get through too many lappers by the time he catches up to them. Let's go back to the helicopter view, which is giving us the best shot. Oh, we are 3 wide with lappers right in front of the leader. Oh my goodness. The 20, the 15, the 77 all side by side. Now it's the 17, the 77, and the 24. It's kind of slowing down Buescher, being stuck down on the bottom 3 wide, but he is slowly getting past some of these lappers. Now he's clear of the 24. Not quite the 77. Now Harvick's going to get slowed down a little bit, being side by side next to the 24 and the 77, 3 wide. He's going to lose a little bit of a run since he's 3 wide. And since Buescher's clear, he's able to get a better run. Harvick's going to dive it in, but Buescher's going to have a better corner exit this time. He's able to add about another car length or so, but now Buescher pushes up. What's he doing? He's clear of Harvick. Meanwhile, De Benedetto is less than 3 seconds away. De Benedetto has basically caught this pack just about. De Benedetto, do not rule Guido out. Here's the battle for the lead, still nose to tail, navigating this lap traffic. What a battle it's been in these last 150 or so laps. Buescher trying to get underneath or around the 20. We're at the point of the lap cars where they're not so easy to pass anymore. They're a little bit faster. Matt De Benedetto's continuing to shave off that lead just ever so slightly. Oh, well, they're going side by side in front of the leaders here. That's going to slow them down. Chris Buescher, if he can get to the outside of the 20 going into turn 1 here, he should be able to get a run going around him, going on the back stretch. De Benedetto within a 2.5 seconds. You can see De Benedetto right behind the 8 car there in the background. Oh, Chris Buescher 3 wide. I don't know if that's going to work. It might. The Madman's going to try it. Oh, contact with the lapper. The 15, who's been the cause of the only caution so far this race. Him and the 77 getting together. Chris Buescher splitting. Oh, and Harvick's held up. Buescher gets through and Harvick gets held up. That's going to be big for Chris. That might be the move of the race. That move that Buescher just pulled off. Because he's split him 3 wide. He's able to get clear, but now Harvick's stuck behind the 15 and the 20 going side by side. If the 17 can get around the 95 and the 37 pretty quickly here, he might be gone. Looks like the 4 is going to be able to get clear the 20. Oh, the 37 is super slow in front of the 17. Ryan Preece, Chris Buescher's former teammate, holding him up. He goes around the outside. Look at Harvick getting held up. Matt DiBenedetto is within 2 seconds. Oh, DiBenedetto's picking off the lap cars easily. Come on, DiBenedetto, get clear of the 77. Oh, easy. DiBenedetto is coming. He's working his way through the field. He's been saving his tires. Do not rule out Guido. Meanwhile, the 17 has just 1 more lap car to get by, and then he can check out and start pulling away from Harvick. Wow. Coming up on 80 laps to go, 82 this time by. If Buescher can get underneath and get by the 95 pretty quickly here, before Harvick gains too much more ground, that's going to be big for Buescher. Harvick's going to be slightly faster with open track in front of him. But if Buescher can get a pretty good head start, getting past these lap cars before Harvick can get clear of them, that's going to be big. Oh, not quite. Harvick picked off a lap car. Not quite. Harvick's not clear of him. He's still side by side next to the 37. I don't know if they're going to have to do another pit stop. I think they might have to do another green flag pit stop if they stay green. Harvick being trapped on the bottom back there ain't helping his cause. If he can get clear of the 37, it'll help him, but he's still not able to get clear. Meanwhile, here comes the 17 and the 95. If the 17 can get clear of the 95 before Harvick gains too much more ground, that's going to be big for Buescher. Oh, not yet. Just another turn or two. But yeah, you can see while they're side by side, look how much ground Harvick's gaining. Just one more turn for Buescher and he should be good to clear the 95. Not quite. Here comes Harvick. Now he's going to be side by side the 15. That's not going to do Harvick any favors. That's going to slow him down just ever so slightly. Look at this battle. Just trying to navigate the lap traffic. Who can do it better? The 17 is clear, and the 4 is not. That's going to be big for Buescher. Just being clear these couple turns that Harvick isn't. So you can see the run that Buescher will get on the outside, being clear of that lap traffic burn, versus Harvick being stuck on the inside. Harvick's clear now. So here's the battle. Harvick's going to be slightly faster probably in open track, as long as Buescher can keep navigating this lap traffic better. Meanwhile, let's take a look at where De Benedetto's faring with navigating this lap traffic. He's about 5 lap cars back. Here's the battle for the lead. Harvick's gonna be strong here in the closing laps. I mean, he's the closer after all. The leader's got wide open track in front of them for now. Guido, that's Matt De Benedetto's, that's one of his many nicknames. Never heard that before? So as long as these guys got open track in front of him, De Benedetto is going to start to lose some ground now. But still, a third place finish will be very respectable. Especially for the Wood Brothers car. Less than 75 laps to go here at Richmond International Raceway. Had a crazy battle between Chris Buescher and Kevin Harvick in these closing laps. I'm not sure if they're going to need to pit again under green. I think they will. I think the fuel window's around 120, 125-ish laps. And I think it was more than that to go when they had their last restart from the previous caution. So where is the next lap cars? It's Ty Dillon, Martin Truex Jr. and Austin Dillon are the next cars at risk of being passed by the leaders. Still only 22, 41, 34, and 14 are the only 4 cars that have DNF so far. Still have 12 on the lead lap, Bowman being the last one. Corey LaJoie being the first off of the lead lap. So yeah, Matt De Benedetto starting to drop like a rock now that he's still working his way through this lap traffic while the leaders are in open track. Matt De Benedetto, he worked his way up the ranks over the years. He drives the number 21 Wood Brothers car this year, last year, and I believe 2017. No, 2018. He was in the 95 Levine car. And before that, he was in the 32, I believe. So here's the battle for the lead. Still right where we left it. Is Denny Hamlin back on the lead lap? He is not. He's still 2 laps down. Where is he, though? Is he at risk of... Or is he on pace to... No, he's... Hey, he's put about a half lap on the leaders. He's about a lap and a half. Down. We are quickly approaching 50 laps to go here. We got about 64 this next time by. Yeah, was it just 2019 that he was in the 95? It wasn't 2018? Because I know he was in the 32 before the 95. Let's go on board with Chris Buescher. So we look at that intimidating Mustang grille and headlights, looking right at his rear bumper. We've got 63 laps to go this time by. I know that the graphics for this game aren't incredible, and I realize that. I'm willing to admit that. But for being nearly 18 years old, graphics are not bad in this game. Uh-oh. Jimmy Johnson just came out of the pits. What? Are they doing green flag pit stops? I think they are. We got multiple cars in the pits right now. Like Bubba, Tyler Reddick. We got cars starting green flag pit stops. Here comes Kyle Busch coming out of the pits to go 2 laps down. But he's going to be on way fresher tires, so he's going to stay in front of the 17 here. Yeah, we got green flag pit stops happening now. I believe what should be the last round, obviously. So the 38 out of the pits. We'll follow the 2 leaders to see when they back it down to come in. We might have an issue here. We got the 38 coming up behind on fresh tires, and we got the 17 and the 4 that are probably going to be slowing up to pit sometime soon. Got the 18 who's going to be able to drive around the 4 here, because he's on way fresher tires. Since he just came out of the pits. 17 might be coming down this time by. Nope, not yet. Yeah, we'll follow the leaders during this round of pit stops. Here's Ross Chastain. Reed Sorensen. Ryan Preece out of the pits. Uh-oh. That's what I'm worried about, is the 17 getting turned. Alright, make it past him cleanly. Alright, what's gonna happen when Chris Buescher needs to get down to the pits here? He might wreck himself trying to get to the pits. So now we got a whole bunch of cars on different strategies. We got some cars that haven't pitted for like 60, 70 laps, and we got cars that are just coming out of the pits now. As long as Kevin Harvick's held up on the outside right there, that's going to slow him down. Just don't turn Buescher as he tries to pit, which is going to be right here. Here comes Buescher. And there goes Harvick. So Harvick will now take over the lead. But Buescher, I believe, will be dominating after he comes out of the pits, because he's able to get in clean. Harvick looks like he'll able to be able to get in clean too, but even just coming in 1 lap sooner just does all the world of difference. Yep, here comes Harvick. Here comes Harvick into the pits. You can see Buescher already got his right sides up. There goes the left sides. There goes Buescher out of the pits. Where's Hamlin going to be? Is Hamlin going to be like back on the lead lap after this? Not yet. If Hamlin stays out, he'll be on the lead lap, I believe. So Buescher, Harvick, Chase Elliott, and Ryan Preece were the last ones to not pit. We're going to see where Harvick is. There's Harvick, so here's the battle for the lead. So there's Harvick back there. Here's Buescher. That's the battle for the lead. Hamlin, I believe, is back on the lead lap. Unless he's pitting. I believe Hamlin's on the lead lap, since he pitted earlier. Yeah. Hamlin back on the lead lap. If a caution comes out, don't rule him out. Alright, so Chris Buescher has a little bit of a gap. Why does it say Kyle Busch is in the lead? Why does it say Kyle Busch is in the lead? Did he not pit? Where did Kyle Busch come from? Did he not pit? Oh, I don't think he pitted. Yeah, look how slow he was. Oh, here comes Hamlin. Hamlin's going to lose his lap. That's right, 47 Stenhouse. I'm still getting used to that. It's only been 4 real-life races that we've had that change. So apparently Kyle Busch is in the lead right now. What? Jimmy Johnson's for position 2? This is the top 5. The 18, the 17, the 48, the 4, and the 21. All battling for position right now. What did I miss? This is the battle for the lead. Yeah. Did these guys not pit yet or something? Jimmy Johnson's in the top 3 right now. And meanwhile, we've got less than 50 laps to go. Kyle Busch coming out of nowhere to take the race lead here with about 50 laps to go. Oh. I have no idea where Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson came from. They must be on different pit strategies. That's the only guess I have. That's the only guess I have. Is that they're on different pit strategies and matched up like right around at the same time on track when everything cycled through. I cannot believe that. Now we're 3 wide almost. Kyle Busch is starting to pull away. Just comes out of nowhere, does Kyle Busch. I have a feeling he might have to pit at some point before this race is done. I think he's on a different cycle than these other guys. So now Buescher and Harvick need to get past Christopher Bell here. Kyle Busch is starting to pull away. What a strange turn of events. Right now we have exactly 10 cars left on the lead lap. I'm not believing that. I'm so confused right now. I just think Kyle Busch is on a different pit strategy than the rest of the guys. He might have to pit before the end of the race, though. So for all intents and purposes, we should still maybe consider the battle for the lead, the 4 and the 17 right now. Which, speaking of, they are just side by side. They gotta get past the 95 soon if they want any hope of catching Kyle Busch. 17 gonna be able to get clear. Oh, not quite. Oh, look at the 17. What a move. What a move by Buescher to get back underneath Christopher Bell and in front of Kevin Harvick in the same move. What a move by Buescher there. Did you see that? Oh, Kyle Busch is one of the first that pit. That's why. Okay. So he's on slightly fresher tires, which means he's going to be faster now, but he's going to fall off a little bit once this run goes on. The 17 and the 4 were one of the last ones to pit out of everyone. I know they're on the lead lap. So the 17 will start catching the 18 probably under green here. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the kind words. I'll try to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow night. No, not committing to anything yet, but I will try to stream tomorrow, and I will try to possibly make it a Can I Recreate if I can think of something to do. Alright, he gained about 0.2 of a second on Kyle Busch there. As long as Kyle's stuck in front of his, or stuck behind his teammate right here, that's allowing the 4 and the 17 to catch back up. Yeah, look at this run the 17's got. 0.96, 0.73, almost a quarter of a second Chris Buescher put on him that lap. So yeah, Kyle Busch is going to have the faster car at the start of this run, but as it goes on, the 17 is going to have the fresher tires because he pitted later. Lap 365. Next time by, it'll be 35 laps to go. Let's go on board with Kyle Busch as he looks back towards Chris Buescher, who's quickly catching back for the lead. And back there in fourth, we still have Matt DiBenedetto, the strong top 5 running today. Here's Chris Buescher. Slowly catching Kyle Busch. Quickly catching Kyle Busch, I should say. And thanks to Kyle's teammate blocking him nonetheless. Oh, he is right there. He just needs to get by. The 17 and the 4 are clearly the faster cars here. The 17 needs to get by them first and cleaner before the 17 has to, or gets passed by the 4. Alright, all 3 fast cars are on the outside. This should probably work to their advantage. Nope. So yeah, the 17 has to not let the 4 pass him. They're both clearly faster than the 18 right now, but it's a matter of who can get by the 18 and the 20 cleaner. Oh, there goes Buescher looking at the bottom. Buescher should be on faster tires later here in this run, but Kyle Busch is still strong right now. And here comes Matt DiBenedetto. Matt DiBenedetto's in striking distance. He is closing in quick. Man, all thanks to Kyle Busch's teammate, nonetheless, holding him up. Look at Matt DiBenedetto. Look how close he is. He was like 2 seconds back a few laps ago. Now he is less than a half second. About a half second. Oh, Kyle Busch goes wide. Here comes Buescher. It's going to be what kind of run they can get. Oh, man. Buescher forced Harvick up high. That might have actually helped Harvick. Because now he's going to have the run on the outside here. Or will he? Oh my goodness, look how close these top 4 are. Look how close these top 4 are. And Kyle Busch should be pulling away right now, but as long as these guys are battling side by side, that's allowing them to stay within striking distance of Kyle. If DiBenedetto can get around the 17 here, DiBenedetto can work his way up to 3rd. 17, unfortunately, falls back to 3rd place. So it's coming up on 25 laps to go. I believe it's 27 this time by. This is how close the top 4 are. The 18, the 4, the 17, the 21. And they're all being held up by the slow car of the 20. If they catch some more lap traffic soon, that might be the game changer. If they get held up by more lappers between now and the end of the race. Buescher needs to get a run back up on the outside. What a battle here in the closing laps at Richmond International Raceway. What a battle. The 18, the 4, the 17, the 21. 4 cars, 4 different teams. 2 different manufacturers. Got 2 guys that have been in the sport for like 5-ish years, a little bit longer, than 2 seasoned veterans leading the field. Here comes Busher to the outside. That might actually help him get a good run here. Man, oh man. Oh! Kyle Busch and Harvick side by side. That's going to allow Busher to get back to the outside of the 4. Possibly. Is the 17 going to be able to get a run here on the 4? He is. If the 17 can get a good run going on the back stretch. Get the 4 cleared. Or try to. Let's go back to the helicopter view. This gives us a great shot of the runs they're getting on the straightaways and in the turns. What's up, Tyler? Rocky, Jackson, Reese, NASCAR Monster Jam. Always love having you guys here. Appreciate having you. So 17 is clear of Harvick. Come on, 21, get a run. Oh, not quite. I want Benedetto to get up there and compete. So the 18 with pit strategy just comes out of nowhere in these closing laps. Can Busher on the slightly fresher tires find a way to get around him? Come on, Busher. I believe in you. I believe in the underdog victories. We got less than 20 laps to go here in the closing laps. Oh, but up here we gotta... They might be catching that gaggle of lap traffic before we get to the end of this race here. Harvick keeps trying to look underneath Busher, but just that outside is basically the advantage here, but no one really seems to want to go to the outside when they get a run. Which is weird. Oh, here comes Benedetto peeking on Harvick. Oh, Benedetto has to back way off. Lost a bunch of ground there. Man, Kyle Busch might have been gone if it wasn't for his teammate just holding him up here the whole time. Come on, I believe in you, Chris Buescher or Benedetto. I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, and Harvick's already got wins in this little simulations that we've done. I want to see Chris Buescher or Benedetto get this. Right around here is where we might start to see the tire difference. Because remember, Kyle Busch pitted around 10 laps earlier. Which means he had 10 lap fresher tires early on, but now... after Chris Buescher's pitted and they've all cycled through, now Chris Buescher has the 10 lap fresher tires. So we've got 15 laps to go. 15. They just need to get a good run here on the outside of Kyle Busch. Until then, he's kind of got this wrapped up. I don't think they'll catch the rest of those lappers. Oh, he's peeking. He's peeking. He's peeking. But now Kevin Harvick and Matt Benedetto are side by side. Matt Benedetto has to back off and drop to the back again. Come on, Buescher, I believe in you. Get the good run here on the outside. Get the good run here on the outside. Come on. I'm wondering how closer or less close this race would be right now if the 20 wasn't holding up everyone. But I kind of like it. It's keeping this race close between these top 4. Having the 20 be a slow car in the way. Let's go back to the helicopter view. Just someone needs to get pushed up or get a good run on the outside. Until that happens, this might be Kyle Busch's race. And we got 10 laps to go this time by. 10 to go. And here's the top 4. Just super close together. The 18, the 17, the 4, the 21. We've only had one caution this entire race. Bunch of green flag pit stops, and top 4 are still this close together. The 4 shoves the 17 up high, but that might actually give an advantage to the 17 here if he can get a good run on the outside. The 17 needs to get a good run on the outside here. That might actually help him catch Kyle Busch. Oh, he's getting pushed up. That's not going to be a good run. Oh, the 17 loses second spot. Here comes Kevin Harvick, the closer, with 8 laps to go. Oh, he is peaking. He's got those fresher tires than Kyle Busch does, and he is the closer. He will not be denied. Whoa, that's not the camera I wanted. There we go. Here comes the closer coming up on Kyle Busch with 7 laps to go. He's got about 10 lap fresher tires than Kyle Busch does, so if he can get to the inside, he might be able to get a run on him, even though the inside hasn't really been the preferred line long into the runs so far today, traditionally. But you never know with these worn tires, with people on different pit strategies. You never know what kind of kamikaze dive bomb move that Kevin Harvick could make in these closing laps. Kyle Busch probably should be checked out from this race, but he's had his teammate just holding him up here for these last like 15, 20 laps. Oh my goodness, here comes Kevin Harvick underneath him. Here we go with 5 laps to go. Kevin Harvick underneath him. Here comes Chris Buescher. They are side by side for the lead. Kyle Busch with a slight advantage on the outside. But Kevin Harvick's going to dive it down to the inside. Kyle Busch's going to get a decent run on the outside here. They're going to be basically nose to nose in the close with 4 to go. Oh my goodness. Look at how close this is between the top 3. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, with the lapped car of Eric Jones in front of them, kind of holding them up. Kyle Busch goes a little wide. Kevin Harvick is still underneath him. Oh, Kyle Busch gets a good run. If Kevin Harvick can still get underneath. Oh, that's going to slow him down. Here comes Buescher. We're coming to 2 to go this time by. I think Harvick used up all his stuff. If Buescher can get a good run here, he might have something. Buescher just doesn't have the tires anymore to get an outside run to work. That's going to be it for Kyle Busch, I think. Unless Buescher can get a massive run here. I think that's it. He used up all his stuff. Now they're battling side by side for second. It's going to allow Kyle Busch to pull away for the easy victory as they come up to the white flag. Unless something happens to Kyle Busch here, I think he's got this. Got Chris Buescher on the outside. He clears Harvick for second, it looks like. Buescher, he just needs a massive run here in the final turn. What does he got? Does he have anything left? Here comes the 17. He dives it down, and he's unable to get to the 18. Oh, just maybe one more lap. He could have had it. Look at that move. Man, what a finish. Got the 18 of Kyle Busch just executing that closing race pit strategy perfectly. Pitting early, doing the undercut, and it ends up being the winning move as he almost hits the barrels. Chris Buescher with a fantastic run in second place. Kevin Harvick third place. Matt DiBenedetto with a great run in fourth place. And Jimmy Johnson in fifth. What a finish. What a race. Here's the final finishing results. Only 4 cars DNF'd. Joey Logano was the last to do so. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Is DT streaming? We can rate him. We can rate him. I appreciate y'all tuning in for the stream. This is really fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the race. Yeah, we're gonna just do our outro music and end it here. But right before we do, we're gonna raid DT. So anyone that's on Twitch, that's on YouTube, that's also got a Twitch account, go jump onto Twitch right now. We're gonna raid DT. But yeah, I truly appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the race. Super fun for me, super fun to watch. Next week is Talladega, so it's gonna be a cluster. It is gonna be a cluster next week. So we are going to raid DT, like right as I queue up the outro music, we're gonna raid him. So if anyone wants to help the Twitch raid with DT, go tune into my Twitch channel, then we'll go raid him. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks, Alan Barkley, for the super chat earlier. Thanks, Ed, for all the freaking subs on Twitch. Freaking madman. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna raid drive through here in a second. Alex, the default, you did not miss it. We're gonna do the raid here in a sec. Or we're gonna start the raid, cue up the outro music. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully, my computer's running low on memory, so my outro music was unable to play. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace. Bye.